Glad to have you with us. All set to get underway. The drop of the draw controlled by the Ramblers. Ramblers have been outscoring their opponents, literally outscoring the rest of the league by a 2-1 advantage here early on in the season. Out to Skoglund at the point. He takes the shot, pulled out of the air by Bauman and held on. Bob Bauman in goal tonight for the Glenbrook North Spartans. And Kevin Key in goal for the Loyola Ramblers. Matt Skoglund sends it over here to the near side. Picked up by Bill Lusso. Lusso, the leading scorer in Metro North this year. Took the shot, ran into traffic. Lutweiler right into the slot. The shot by Thomas, the save. Off the post. Back behind the goal line. And over to the near side. Picked up by Paul Thomas. Thomas being bothered there by Steve Kless. Brought it out. Now picked up again by the Ramblers. Centering attempt. Right into the slot. Skoglund. He shot it wide. Back behind the goal. Down went Lusso. Back behind the goal line again. Now Lutweiler. Out to the point. Back to Lutweiler. Into the slot. Near point, rather. There's the slot shot by Lusso. Grabbed and held on. Looked like a check from behind there in the slot. Or an interference call. Dan Sanders, the referee tonight, decided not to call it. But obviously he had a word to say to Jamie Ori, serving as the captain tonight. Now the draw sits there. Taken by Alex Katz, but Ramblers control. Connor Heaton dumps it deep to the corner. Back behind the goal line. Brian Dwyer. Now near side. Connor Heaton took the man. Dwyer took the puck back to the point. Kevin Carroll shot high and wide. I'll make that Mike Sullivan shot high and wide. Near side. And out to center ice. Back into the zone. There's Pecky. Snatola. Dudak with the shot. Dribbles wide, but the referee lost sight of it. And the whistle stops the play. Just underway. Just a reminder that next week here on the network, or actually this week's broadcast, is different times owing to the Thanksgiving holiday. And next week's schedule will also be different. Those of you in the New Trier Township, we begin our basketball coverage. The New Trier Trevians and the Deerfield Warriors. Near side, out to the point. Held in by John Roney. The shot and the save. Steve Kless, he got blindsided. Bender over there. And they push it along the boards. Picked up and cleared. Rocky Loach got it the rest of the way out to center ice. And now cleared back again into the Ramblers' end. Keady will set it up for Roney. John Roney over to the far side. Shellberg. He's bothered there by Lloyd Holtzman. Roney up ahead and out to center ice. Here come the Ramblers the other way. Dump back into the zone. Picked up by Jamie Ori. Ori out to the point and cleared to center ice. Back into the zone. Wrapped around the boards out and not cleared out of the zone. Held in by the Ramblers. Andy Lutweiler. Lutweiler sends it over to the far side, and Thomas. There's the shot by Lusso, and it goes into the netting behind the goal. You are watching high school hockey on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And a very happy and healthy and safe holiday as usual. Once again, holiday time. We get to see some of the former players from the league as they sneak their way back into the area following the start of their Thanksgiving week break. The Spartans cleared up into the lining up over the rink. I have a bunch of the players that I've talked to over the years, and certainly this year with the Aaron Buckeye Medical Fund game, I've had an opportunity to talk to even more of them, and it's always nice to get a chance at this time of year to see some of the players from last year as they hide up in the corners of the rinks. Mike Brown is here from Loyola Gold last year. There's the shot and dove on by Bauman. Going into tonight's action, the Loyola Ramblers have scored 55 goals and given up just 4. The closest to them, almost half as many, New Trier Green and Lake Forest each have scored 27 goals. Loyola scoring 55. The top 2 scorers in the league out there tonight. Bill Lusso with Loyola Gold, 12 goals, 4 assists, and 16 points. Ryan Kelly, 6 goals, 7 assists, and 13. Cleared, but the net moved as Eric Schnatola bumped into the net. Picked up by the Spartans, cleared the length of the ice, and that's icing against Glenbrook North. The Ramblers come in with a large lead over New Trier Green, a 5-point lead early in the season, but New Trier Green has 2 games in hand. Following this game, Loyola is off for 2 weeks in the season. They don't get back into the Metro North play until Sunday night, December 4th. There's a shot, the save. So the Trevians will have a chance to move up, as will Lake Forest and Stevenson, the 3 teams with the closest race. That's offside. New Trier Green with a 4-0-1 record, Lake Forest 4-2-0, and Stevenson 3-1-1 going into this evening's action. The Ramblers with a perfect 7-0-0, and with the exception of a 5-3 victory over Lake Forest, none of the games have really been close. So it's certainly been a year for the Loyola Ramblers, and beyond Bill Lusso, in the top 10 scorers, Todd Vender from Loyola Gold, Matt Skoglund from Loyola Gold, Paul Thomas, and Andy Lutweiler. This year we also have some surprises in there. We have 3 players from Deerfield in the top 10 scoring at this point. 1 from Barrington, only 1 from New Trier Green, and he's holding on by the skin of his teeth into the top 10. Means New Trier is balanced again this year, and they're scoring. Flipped back down into the zone by the Ramblers. John Lycano did that. Picked up, Jimmy Ori overskated it. Picked up by the Ramblers. Centered into the slot. Now pulled away by Jamie Ori. Ori to the near side, up ahead. Didn't get very far. Lloyd Holtzman. Back to the zone, and now Ori slaps it into the zone again. John Lycano. 6.5. No, 5.5 left to play here gone here in the first period. Lycano to the far side. Cleared out beyond the blue line. Picked up by Jamie Ori. Ori flips it into the zone. Ori an All-Stater last year. Lycano to the far side. And the Ramblers break it out on the near side and into the zone by Mark Bobby. The far side, and now out to the blue line. Ramblers making a line change. Kevin Carroll Couldn't get it out of the zone. Back behind the net. A little backhand shot. The save off may have taken the side of the net. Or Kevin Keaty could have had a piece of that. Cleared the length of the ice. They'll wash off the icing. And the Ramblers and the Bowman holds on with 2 Ramblers in on top of him. That's the Glenbrook North side of things. The space in the crowd, and there are the Loyola Rambler fans. So far, so good. They're rather quiet this evening. Actually, the rule this year has had an effect, I think, as far as controlling what is yelled and cheered. Cheering is fine. Oh, a little scrum in the net. The new zero tolerance rule, as far as fan behavior, has certainly had an effect on the way the crowds have acted here inside the arena. I don't think it's changed very much what's going on outside, but inside the arena, large crowds on hand at Metro North, but so far fairly well behaved. They face off. Thomas over to the far side. Skoglund got it into the zone. Picked up by the Spartans. Cleared out the center ice. Battled for there. Now here's Ryan Kelly. Kelly with the long cranker shot, a goal! Ryan Kelly with the high slot cranker puts it in. And it's 1-0 Glenbrook North. The big blast from Ryan Kelly. And it's 1-0. The draw picked up and backhanded into the zone by Brian Klass, near side. We got a penalty coming up on Connor Heaton for cross-checking. And Alex Katz got up with blood in his eye, decided not to take any matters, seeing how Heaton's going to go sit 2 anyway. Connor Heaton, a minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 6:44. As Heaton got the stick up right across the back of the head of Alex Katz. And Ryan Kelly didn't have his mouth guard. So they will send him off. They have to send somebody else on. So Ryan Kelly is sent off, and Ron Karlstrom will face it off for the Glenbrook North Spartans. The draw won by the Spartans, and it's dumped into the zone by Steve Klass. Back behind the net, Rock Dudek. Dudek got bumped by Alex Katz. On the far side, now Ryan Kelly. Centered, missed on the pass out to Ori at the point to the far side. Now dumped diagonally to Katz. He got double teamed right into the slot. There's a shot, the save. Again out at the point. Here's the shot. We got a penalty coming up. I think it's Rock Dudek, and he's going to get one for interference. And on the recovery, he knocked Ryan Kelly back down again a second time. And Rock Dudek going to go sit. And the Ramblers will be down 2 tonight. Now, Rock Dudek, a minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 6:04. There's the draw out to Ori. Back to the far side, back to the near side. Ori cranks it. The save by Keaty, and it gets up into the netting. The big game this year coming up, those of you watching this evening, mark your calendars. It will be advanced tickets only. The Loyola Gold Nutra Green game this year, advanced tickets only being sold, and an extra $1 is being charged for the Loyola Gold Nutra Green game. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. Here's Jamie Ori back to the far side. There's the shot. Ran into traffic. Kless has it again to Ori. Ori shot. The save. Katz into the slot. Kelly with the shot. Just shot it wide. Had Keaty down a little bit too. There's the fake for the shot. Give it to Ori. A little indecision. Deep to the corner. Back out to Ori at the point. Jamie Ori feeds it to the far side. Kless. There's the centering pass. That misconnections. Swatted at. Didn't get it out of the zone. Ori retreating back to the point. The puck squirts along the boards a little bit. Still moving it. And not allowed to freeze it there, so you got to keep it going. There it is. Popped free and cleared out to center ice. Ori to the far side. Steve Kless back into the zone. Dan Luca couldn't keep it in. Ori back passes it. Katz back into the zone. Skoglund near side. Bootweiler. DJ's in fine voice tonight. Near side. Hear him yelling over there. Ori into the slot. Up the middle, rather, and dumped into the zone. Brickta. And now picked up by the Spartans. Back out to the point. The shot attempt by Steve Masurlian ran into traffic. Near side, held in the zone by Respecki. And now cleared to center ice. Back go the Spartans near side. Karlstrom butted ahead. Masurlian, the shot, the save by Keaty. Back behind the goal line, over to the far side. Respecki kept it in the zone. Now dribbles back out to center ice. They battle for it there. Now popped free. Lusso got it into the zone. Thomas with Brickta. Centering attempt. Ran right into the slot. And a little scrum thrown in there. A little extra pushing going on. Lusso and Respecki. Little pushing and shoving going on. Matt Respecki is a freshman. Playing on the defense for the Glenbrook North Spartans this year. Glenbrook North comes into this game, by the way, with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses they've got. Cleared out to center ice. Sullivan fed it to the far side and flipped into the zone by the Ramblers. Over to the, out of the ring. Into the Glenbrook North bench. Glenbrook North comes into this game with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points, scored 21 goals and given up 13. Their penalty minutes from last year way down. This time last year they had over 150 minutes in penalties. This year 61. This year the bad boys seem to be like Forest. They have 130 minutes in penalties this year, including 22 on the coach in one play. And a 30-day suspension for the coach. And another 22 on a single player on the zero tolerance. Don't say anything to the referees. A new rule. There's the shot to save. The rebound just wide by Bobby. Mark Bobby over on the far side. Dudek. Down they go. The puck along the boards. Heavy check thrown in there by, I think that was Dudek. Yeah, it was. Back into the zone. Sean Lutz clears it to center ice. Dudek. The shot, the save, kicked over to the far side. There's the long cranker and the save on the blaster from Skoglund. Matt Skoglund with the blast from the point and the save by Bob Bauman. You know, this is the time that players start looking at colleges and a time to start talking to college coaches when you go out there. I know I've been talking to a bunch of college coaches about some players around the state of Illinois. And it's been a very interesting fall season on what those coaches are telling me. I won't mention any players' names at this point. There's a backhand shot to save. Grabbed and held on. And now it's again some pushing and shoving. Snotola pulled from behind by Respecki to get away from the pushing and shoving with Ron Karlstrom. Again, no penalties called. Face-off coming up inside the Rambler, the Spartans end of the ice. Ramblers attack zone. There's the draw. Cleared out to the point, held in the zone by Kevin Carroll. Eric Snotola. He and Ori collide. Dwyer and Kelly. And Dwyer comes up with it. Dwyer goes to the side of the net and then had it poked away from him and cleared out to center ice. Or did we lose it? We lost it again out of the rink. Face-off coming up. You're watching high school hockey on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Next week's game of the Loyola tournament. Thomas. He's held with a high stick from Alex Katz, not called. Cleared out to center ice and dumped back into the zone by Andy Lutweiler. Back behind the net, Respecki. He got bumped by Thomas, far side. Back around to the near side. The centering attempt. There's the shot. And a goal! Bill Lusso. Thomas to Lusso. And Lusso on the back door. And Bauman did to rights and puts it home. And we're tied at 1. Time of the goal, 1:14 left to play here in the period. The goal by Bill Lusso with the assist to Andy Lutweiler and Paul Thomas. The draw is controlled again by the Ramblers. Turnaround move and then flipped down into the Ramblers' end of things. Rock Dudek back for it. Dudek fed it ahead to the far side. Thomas. Lutweiler took the shot, ran into traffic, cleared the other way. Sullivan with Katz, they took each other out. Dudek cleared out to center ice. Flipped down into the zone. Crowd of about 200 or so, a little bit more than that maybe. Not much more, but maybe 250, 300 on hand this evening. Into the zone. Kyle Shelberg. near side. There's the long cranker and the save. Vendor with the shot over to the far side. Now back behind the net again and back over to the far side. Little game of catch behind the goal line actually going on. Over to the near side, and they'll try it again as the horn sounds. At the end of the first period of play here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, the score is tied. The Loyola Ramblers won and the Glenbrook North Spartans won. We'll be back. Welcome to this evening's second period between the Glenbrook North Spartans and the Loyola Ramblers. The Spartans and Ramblers. The draw is controlled by the Spartans to start the period. Ori fed it into the zone and then picked up by the Ramblers, and they bring it out. Picked up by Jamie Ori again. Ori cranks it. The long shot, the save, grabbed and held on. As we were saying in the first period, the Loyola Gold Neutra Green game on December 17th. What they're going to do is tickets, the student tickets, will be sold only in advance, and instead of the regular $3 ticket, it's actually $4 with the extra dollar going to charity. They are expecting a complete sellout for that game. $4 tickets and high stick, or do we have something coming up here? I think it's just a high stick call. Player in the crease? No. Play with a high stick. But in any case, those of you from Loyola or New Trier that want to see the game on the 17th, you'll have to buy your tickets in advance. Tickets are $4 for students and the extra dollar going to charity. I believe they've told me that it's the Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago. And the players are going to they're actually chartering a bus to have the players bring the checks down to the Rehabilitation Institute, and the players will take a tour. There's a shot off a dribbler coming out beyond the goal line, and Bauman holding on to it. And a little scrum in the slot. Just on the way here in the second period, here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And we're waiting for Glenbrook North to get their team on the ice following the line change, get themselves set up. Now we're ready to go. The face-off rolls into the slot. Now Dudek has it. Dudek, his shot ran off a foot. Schnatola backhander in the save. Brian Dwyer with the shot. That was broken up before it got very far. Dudek, near side, cleared out to the point. Knocked down, but Schnatola lost his stick and couldn't control it. Dudek kept it in the zone. Steve Kless to the far side, out to the point. Schnatola. Heaton into the slot. Schnatola. His shot ran into traffic. Schnatola tried the shot again. That just missed. Heaton back out to the point. There's the shot. Dribbler brought to the near side. And they'll play a game of shinny along the boards with it. Still pushing at it. Now finally popped free. Dudek. The long shot, the save. Puck is free. Dribble. Pops free. Brought to the near side. Turnaround shot. Nice job getting in front of it, Kless. Into the slot again. The backhand shot. And Bauman's lost his stick in that fray. Down goes Kless. Good thing he didn't put his hand down on it, but he had a penalty shot on that one. There's a shot. I think that hit the post. Heaton. Over to Dudek. Dudek ranges in, took the shot, ran into a leg out front, takes another shot, another leg. All those sticky wickets, tough to get a shot away. Now a little strong arm going on, and again they'll play shinny along the boards. Picked up by the Ramblers and then lost it. Now Kless, and he'll try and freeze it along the boards. Down everybody goes, and Kless does manage to freeze it with Schnatola up on top of him. As usual, the Loyola contingent in full force this evening. Nice to see them again out here. I'm somewhat surprised at how quiet they are this evening. I don't mind cheering. I do mind inappropriate cheering. Cheering is part of the game of hockey. Ori. Back behind the goal line. Sent to the far side and cleared out to center ice. All the way down into the Rambler end. Oh, Ryan Kelly got the breakaway, got the nice shot, then managed to get the linesman in the push with the hand. Kelly with the nice play, but just shot it a little too soon, trying for the near side. Up on the glass. Bouncing puck picked away by Lutweiler. Lutweiler out ahead. Ori bothering him. Long enough to let Karlstrom come back and get the puck back into Ryan Kelly. Kelly centers it. Nobody there. Bouncing puck sent to the corner. Thomas up on the boards out to the high slot. And right there, Lusso got clobbered by Ori. Kelly. And we got a penalty coming up. We've got a minor for hooking on Ryan Kelly. As Lusso got a hold of him. As he got a hold of Lusso. I think I got enough of those 360 moves now that I could probably make a new music video with just the 360 moves. Certainly seen a few of those over the years now. First one I ever saw was in the Lake Forest Loyola Gold, Lake Forest Loyola game. It wasn't Loyola Gold then, it was just Loyola. Back in 91. Got the linesman with the rocket. The attempt by the Spartans to clear the zone. Connor Heaton with it now. Out to the point. There's the shot, just wide. Back behind the net. Jamie Ori clears it. Mike Sullivan. Sullivan to the far side. Fed it out ahead, picked up by Schnatola. Vender. Backhanded back out of the zone. Back goes Sullivan. Mike Sullivan sets it up. To the far side. Back over here to the near side. Vender. He overskated it. Sullivan. Vender flips it into the zone. Back behind the net, Jamie Ori. Ori wraps it off the netting again. 8:33 to play here in the second period. Well, the two big guns have put it in the net once each, Lusso and Ryan Kelly. That's their job on these teams. Ryan Kelly for Glenbrook North and Bill Lusso for Loyola. Now the face-off. It goes out to the high slot. There's the shot. Ran into traffic to the far side. Kless picked up by the Ramblers instead. Back out to the point. Skoglund fed it over there. Ramblers with the man advantage. Lusso deep inside, back out to Skoglund at the point. His shot ran into all the sticky wickets out front. Skoglund. Now Jamie Ori got it out to center ice as the penalty expires to Ryan Kelly. Near side, Rock Dudek. Dudek ranges in off the point. He and Thomas and Kless. Now Ori flips it back behind the net. Kless has it there. Steve Kless. Dudek keeps it in. Back to the far side. Thomas again out to the point. Flip back down deep into the zone. Bill Lusso has it, and the whistle played with a high stick appears to be the signal against the Loyola Ramblers. Kevin Keaty, going into tonight's game, has played 126 minutes, made 32 saves, and given up 3 goals. Bob Bauman has played the same time. Has made, I believe, about 88 saves and 7 goals given up on the season, not counting what's going on this evening. Here's Ryan Kelly into the zone. Kelly centered it. Nobody there. Far side now, back behind the net. Centering attempt. Bounced off the side of the net. Here come the Ramblers back the other way. Loyola. Whoops. Offside. I don't know that was necessarily offside. I don't think that puck crossed into the zone, but whistled down nonetheless. Halfway through the second period of this one, a 1-1 tie. Alex Grunfeld. Yeah, that was broken up. Shelberg clears it to center ice. Little game of indecision on the far side. Near side now. Puck bounces back into the Spartans' end of things. Kless tried to backhand it out of the zone. Held in by Alex Katz, who turns the other way and brings it out. Katz crosses the red line. Got it into the zone. Right back out. They push along a little bit. Mark Bobby. Bobby flips it into the zone. The Spartan zone. On the far side, out to the point, held in by Schnatola. Near side. Dribbling towards the goal, and Bauman grabs it and holds on. Like we said, Thanksgiving time, we always run into these former players from the league. Come back and we get a chance to say hello. Older ones go out and have a drink or two. A few of them that come back out get a chance to come back and we get to say hello to them. It was nice to see so many of them involved in that alumni game. There's a long shot by Skoglund. Rebound just shot wide by Connor Heaton. And then he took down the goalie. Heaton did, and he got bumped for his trouble out of it. Now gives a slap across the back. Now a kick. And now the whistle. A little knee thrown in there on the Glenbrook North player, trying to free that puck. Connor Heaton has to go over in front of the Loyola contingent to pick up his stick, and gets cheered by his classmates. Here's the face-off. Sits there, now deep to the zone. Thomas. Ball Thomas. Brings it around to the near side into the slot. Dribble shot through the sticky wickets. Back behind the net, Thomas. Thomas tried to go to the side of the net. Couldn't get through all the traffic. Now a little nonsense in the slot. There's a shot, ran into traffic. Backhand shot. That was just a little wide. Jamie Ori flips it ahead. Near side. Skoglund. Hagan O'Brien. Ori had it briefly. Skoglund off the point deep to the corner. Out to the point. The shot by Lusso. The save by Bauman. Hagan O'Brien. Ryan Kelly. Kelly brings it up the ice. Ryan Kelly fakes the shot. Goes to the corner. Tried to center it. Ran into Skoglund. Now picked up by Kless. Couldn't get the shot away. Kless has it again. Just a weak little backhander. Dribbles to the corner. Steve Masurlian, down he went. Over to the far side. Thomas out to the point and cleared. Turned out to be a shot. No icing. Schnatola into the slot. A little game of shinny there. Picked away by the Spartans. Fed out ahead. Overled on the pass. And Katz ridden off the puck by Kevin Carroll. Centering attempt. That was broken up. Kevin Carroll has it. Carroll brings it to the near side. Dwyer out to center ice and back into the Glenbrook North end. Lutz over to the far side. Heaton. Sean Lutz to the far side and now cleared by the Spartans off the linesman. Just a little overled for Alex Grunfeld. Now here come the Ramblers the other way. Game opening up a little bit. Dwyer into the zone. Dwyer stops, looks to center it. Did so, but Heaton couldn't control the pass. Near side. Dwyer. And they'll push along there. A little pushing and shoving. Sanders right there watching it. Let it go. Told them to let go, and they did, and that ended that. Right through the slot on the shallow angle shot. Near side. And cleared the length of the ice. And that's icing against the Glenbrook North Spartans. The Spartans caught with icing. The banners here at Northbrook. We've got two teams that aren't up there, but everybody else is. Highland Park and Stevenson, the two that are not up there. Now the face-off comes out to the slot and backhanded out to center ice. Rock Dudek, bouncing puck, Dudek backhands it. Ryan Kelly, Shellberg flipped into the zone. Back behind the goal, near side, Shellberg. Out to the point, Jamie Ori out to center ice. Now flip back into the zone, Rock Dudek. And now back in again. Out to the point, Shellberg kept it in the zone. Back behind the net, Kless. Vender, Shellberg. Mark Bobby. Shellberg with the shot. The goal! Sullivan got it. Mike Sullivan with a little dribbler. Got deflected out front and in for the goal. Mike Sullivan, unassisted goal at 1:55. He got a little, got a shot away and it was deflected. I'm not sure if that was who that was, but the defenseman for Glenbrook North got a hold of it, got a little piece of it. and deflected it in, and it's 2-1 Loyola Gold. Now there's the face-off controlled by the Spartans to the red line, and Thomas dumps it in to the Spartans' end, back behind the goal line. Heavy check put on by Bill Lusso. Kless, near side, cleared, out ahead, and out comes Katz out of the zone, got across the red line, dumped it in. Roney goes back behind the net. John Roney flips it over here to the near side. Lutweiler. Lusso on the breakaway. Lusso in, shoots, and scores. Bill Lusso on the breakaway. At 1:19. And it's 3-1 Loyola. Time of the goal, 1 minute, 19 seconds left to play here in the period. The blast coming from Bill Lusso. And we have an equipment problem. Going to delay the face-off. There we go. The draw. Ryan Kelly got bumped down. Picked up by the Ramblers. Near side. Dwyer along the board. Schnatola got it into the zone. Now Schnatola picks it away. Schnatola in. Shot. High and wide. 1 minute to play in the period. Or as I would say on the public address systems, 1 minute. Back behind the goal. Out to the point. Over to the nearest point. Dudek will flip it deep. The Spartans playing this almost like a box. Like they're penalty killing. Ryan Kelly flips it to the boards and get it there into the slot. Connor Heaton now dribbles towards Bowman, and then the man knocked down. I don't know who that was from Loyola, but up on top of the goalie. Brian Dwyer. There was absolutely no reason for that one. I think if I were reffing in a situation like that, I would probably have called that one. Spartan's going to make a line change. I mean, that's simply an opinion on my part. It looked to me like that was a deliberate attempt on Dwyer's part long after the whistle. But I'm not out there reffing, and Dan Sanders is. He's the one that has the final say. So it ain't nothing if the ref don't call it. But it is what the ref calls it. We're set for the face-off. There's the draw, Dudek, Dwyer. Remember, between the periods, Sports Viewpoint. And tonight with a new panel. Tonight, Steve Bartlebaugh and Bill McFarlane join us to discuss issues in high school sports and North Shore sports. 14 seconds left to play here in the second period. Our basketball season gets underway next week. Join us when the New Trier Trevians basketball season begins. That's the New Trier Trevians from the Niles West tournament next week here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Alex Katz now centered. That's off the blocker. There's a shot, ran into traffic. Then there was a little punch in there, a little punch on the end, a little pushing and shoving at the end. Brian Dwyer getting in a little extra. Now Dwyer and Bauman have a few words at the very end. But in any case, at the end of the second period of play, the score is the Loyola Ramblers 3 and the Glenbrook North Spartans 1. Welcome back, all set to get underway with the third period of tonight's action between the Loyola Ramblers and the Glenbrook North Spartans. Sullivan fed it to the far side. Dudek up ahead for Dwyer, and he wasn't ready for it. Near side. Sullivan into the zone. Out to the point. Dudek kept it in the zone. There's Pecky. Far side. Ori flips it ahead. Sullivan has it at the blue line. Near side, Dudek. He had his pocket picked. The pass misconnection. Sullivan. Mike Sullivan back behind the net. Setting it up on that far side. And cleared. Rusbecki and Eaton. Schnatola tried to drop pass it. There's Pecky, and he got bumped by Heaton. Here come the Glenbrook North Spartans up the ice. Ryan Kelly. Kelly tried to dipsy-doodle around the man, couldn't do so. Skoglund cleared. Plus, and now dumped into the zone. That's picked up by Kevin Carroll. Kevin Carroll overled the pass all the way down into the zone. Heavy check, Sean Lutz and company. I think Lutweiler was in on that one, getting bumped. Ryan Kelly. No, Kless, offside. Steve Kless. Offside, Steve Masurlian was in ahead of the play, it appears. Offside against Glenbrook North. Face-off coming up on that far side. Now the drop and the draw. Controlled by the Ramblers. Cleared out to center ice. Flip back down into the zone. Sullivan. Near side. Cleared to the far side. Kless had to pick the pocket. Thomas. There's a shot by Lusso on the save by Bob Bauman. Centered. And here come the Spartans the other way. Masurlian in the corner with Sullivan. Sullivan took the man. Dudek takes the puck. Rock Dudek trying to strong arm his way out of the zone. Can't do that with the one hand on the stick. Near side. Only very few players have I ever known been able to do that in high school. Two that played in Metro North, the Metro North alumni game, Rob Woodward and Scott Dean. But then again, both of them were drafted in the NHL amateur draft after playing in the Metro North, meaning that they were players of exceptional ability. Icing the call. The faceoff moves back down into the Glenbrook North end of things. Now the faceoff. Mark Bobby. He lost it in the corner. Ryan Kelly off his skates out ahead. And held in the zone, turned out to be a long shot on goal. Take it to the near side. Jamie Ori kicks it free ahead to Dan Luca. Luca to the near side. Katz to Kelly. Tended to find Luca, didn't find him. Back to center ice. Jamie Ori. Flip back down into the zone. Steve Masurlian. Rather, take that back. Skoglund, wrong team. Skoglund into the zone. To the high slot. Skoglund takes the shot. Ran into traffic at front. Now brought to the near side. Out to the point. The shot by Carroll ran into traffic. Second attempt. Got it away. And pulled out of the air and held on by Bob Bauman. With a little equipment problem thrown in on the side. The crowd, number-wise, very good tonight. And considering what I would expect to be the rivalry between the two teams, rather sedate. Now the drop and the draw, controlled by the Spartans, out to the point. Roney couldn't keep it in the zone. Back goes Lloyd Holtzman with John Loicano. Near side. Centering attempt by Brian Kless. Nothing doing. And back behind the goal line over to the far side. Referee went down. Got the feet tangled up. The feetsies didn't worky. Near side, here's Heaton. Out to center ice. Kless dumps it back in. Keaty will leave it there behind the goal. Ramblers on the breakout to the near side. Connor Heaton tried to get around the man. Couldn't do so. Got bumped down a little bit. Loicano from the point, ranged in off the point, the shot and the save. Heaton. Deep to the corner. Schnatola, shot a goal! Eric Schnatola puts it home. Eric Schnatola from the near side powers a puck past Bauman. Bauman there in front of it, didn't control it. Krespecki off his skates. Back behind the goal, Krespecki fed it to the far side, Ori. Jimmy Ori flips it ahead out to the point. Gutweiler into the zone. There's the shot, a goal! Paul Thomas. And it's 5-1 Glenbrook North. Paul Thomas with the goal. Near side. Kless. Out to center ice. Back down into the Ramblers end. Racing back is Sullivan. Got there before Masurlian. Masurlian bumped him off the puck. Two men in. Now into the slot. Here's Kless. Backhand attempt. That was busted up by Sullivan. Bouncing puck back behind the goal line. Centering attempt to the side of the net. Keaty grabs it and holds on. Long enough to get the whistle, even though the puck popped free. Again, be there for all the exciting action when our game next week is the Loyola Thanksgiving Invitational game. That's next week here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Hockey action. Little game of shinny going on along the boards there. Into the slot. There's the cranker, ran into traffic. Brought to the near side. Down the men go. A little pushing and shoving going on. They're still pushing at it. Oops. Kless. Lutweiler. Lusso and Ryan Kelly Down the two go, grabbing onto each other. Kless and Lutweiler talking friendly-like, but meanwhile Ryan Kelly and Bill Lusso having a few words. And some penalties going to be called here at 7:28. Dan Sanders skates over, and at least two, the pair of number 19s, will sit. And it looks like Lutweiler and Kless will get one. So 4 penalties, all will be negated. Loyola penalties go to Andy Lutweiler and Bill Lusso, each minors for roughing. And Steve Kless and Ryan Kelly, also minors for roughing. All 4 roughings at 7:28 of the period. So the number 1 and number 2 scorers in Metro North varsity duke it out a little bit and take each other off the ice. And the faceoff coming up outside the blue line. And the draw won by the Ramblers, flipped into the zone. Rispecki, far side. Out to the red line. Now back to the Ramblers blue line. Roney up ahead and now flip back down into the Ramblers end. A little miscommunication by the Ramblers. John Lycano out to the point. Todd Vender out to the slot. Cleared to center ice. And at the red line, the Spartans have it. Flipped into the zone. Lycano bottled by Rocky Loesch as the forechecker. Ramblers break it out cleanly. Mark Bobby. The long shot, the save, pulled out of the air and held on by Bauman with the sticks up in the air a little bit. We'll return to regular Metro North hockey action in 2 weeks with the Neutral Green-Blue game. That's Green-Blue game in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, our basketball action, Neutral and Deerfield. Neutral basketball this year on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Check your cable station for the station in your area, and that's been dislodged. Dislodged by Brian Dwyer, actually. Faceoff moves outside the zone, although it was actually looked to me like, well, that's why, because Loyola player dislodged it. That's why it does go outside the zone. Dudek over to the far side. Dwyer. Near side, shot and a save. Oh, great shot by Heaton from the back door. Nice save by Bob Bauman. And again, some pushing and shoving over on the near side. Nothing called. Oh, Heaton with a beautiful shot on the near side and the nice save by Bob Bauman. The draw. Out to the point and out and cleared all the way down. And that's icing. Again, Neutral basketball this year here on the network. Check your local cable station for the time and channel in your area. Not all our affiliates will catch that game, the basketball games. But those of you who do, it may be on a different channel than those that you catch our hockey games on. Cleared out to the point. Schnatola flipped back down and behind the net. Over to the far side. Cleared up ahead and cleared out to center ice. Into the zone. Take it to the far side. Dudek. Rock Dudek. Skates it ahead. Back behind the goal line. Schnatola. Boom, boom. Bouncing around a little bit. Cleared ahead. The Spartans still haven't gotten it out of the zone. No forechecking, though. Cats back to the Rambler blue line. Flipped into the zone by Hagan O'Brien. Ori, he lost it. It cleared out to center ice, though, by the Spartans. Cleared back in by the Ramblers. Bauman near side. Hagan O'Brien, he overskated it. Cleared out ahead and out to center ice. Back down into the Ramblers end. Carroll with Maserlian. And they push it along. Far side. Skoglund. 5-1 Ramblers lead. Winding down the third period of this one. Near side. Skoglund fed it ahead. Vender. Todd Vender. Hagan O'Brien took the man instead of the puck. Ori. Jamie Ori crosses the red line, blue line, little end-to-end action by Ori. Tried to center it and whistle. And back behind the play, making a man in the crease. Spartans player in the goalie crease. The Ramblers goalie crease. And a little altercation at the end between Alex Katz and Kevin Carroll. Nothing too serious. A little get to know you. Near side, Kless. Kless trying to strong arm his way back behind his own net. Schnatola trying to pop the puck free. Did so. Mark Bobby. Schnatola. Eric Schnatola back behind for Bobby on the drop pass. Bobby back to Schnatola on the drop pass. Kless on him. To the near side. Drop pass for Schnatola. Down they all go. A little pushing and shoving going on. Here's Ryan Kelly out to the point and cleared, and we have a whistle and some pushing and shoving back behind the play. Dan Sanders sees it, and we're going to get some penalties here. Eric Schnatola and Sean Lutz, minors for roughing, coincidental roughs. Roof. Coincidental roof. Eric Schnatola and Sean Lutz will sit. At 3:01 left to play in the period. Coincidental roughings here. Now the face-off. Pops to the near side. Flipped into the zone. Loicano cleared ahead out to the red line. Long blaster and the whistle for offside, I believe. Yes, offside against Glenbrook North. Offside against Glenbrook North. (5-1) in favor of the Ramblers, near side. Steve Glass, Ryan Kelly. Kelly knocked down by Lutweiler. And now dumped into the zone. That clock here at Northbrook flickers. There's a short circuit somewhere in it. And it leads to this wonderful Christmas tree effect with everything kind of flickering and flip-flopping around, lighting up and down. Kless, far side. Steve Kless out to the blue line. And now they whistle. And another penalty coming up for slashing on Todd Bender. Bender, a minor for slashing, and now he's got a 10-minute misconduct. Zero tolerance. Said something to the referee. And someone to sit the minor. Hagan O'Brien will have that dubious honor for him. Loyola penalty, number 11, Todd Vender, a minor for slashing, and a 10-minute misconduct on the mouth. Said something. Horry to Kless. Into the zone. Flipped in deep by Alex Grunfeld. Roney. Out to the point, Kless. Back in deep. Back out to the point. The big cranker ran off Ryan Kelly, I believe, in the slot. No, I don't. It wasn't Ryan Kelly. Got John Loicano. Ouch. Stung him a little bit. We're at the Northbrook Sports Complex. I think they call it the Ice Arena for this year. Each year they say, they seem to decide to call this name something else. They've had it as a sports complex, the Ice Complex, the Ice Center, the Ice Arena. Whatever the moon is full, they'll change the name again. The draw is cleared by the Ramblers, who are penalty killing, but they've got the 4-goal lead, up 5-1, with about a minute left to play here in the game. Kless will retreat behind his own net. Steve Kless to Jamie Horry. Back to Kless. Offside, Alex Grunfeld slowly retreating out of the zone. Didn't get out in time. With a minute or so left to play here in the third period of this one. To all of you, a very healthy, happy, and safe Thanksgiving. Remember, drinking and driving do not mix. Don't like doing charity games for people injured in automobile accidents. So please drive carefully. We've done enough of those over the last couple of years. Jamie Horry out to the point. There's the shot, high and wide. Kless. Back behind the net to the side. Cleared ahead. Here come the Ramblers out of the zone. Mark Bobby. The shot, the save, and got away, and then Bobby down heavily on Bob Bauman. As Bobby went charging in on Bauman. And Bob Bauman, understandably, a bit peeved at Mark Bobby for jumping in on top of him. The Glenbrook North fans a bit upset with that. At least one is. Here's the face-off. Out to the point. Kless. And the Ramblers beginning to cheer a little bit on this one. Kless. As we wind down the third period. Bobby in, and that's the horn ending the game. Final score, the Loyola Ramblers 5 and the Glenbrook North Spartans 1. This broadcast brought to you under broadcasting rights granted by the Metro Chicago Sports Network, solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any rebroadcast or on the use of descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Metro Chicago Sports Network is an infringement of the copyright and strictly prohibited. Your announcer and independent producer of these games, solely responsible for its content. This game pre-recorded for presentation at this time. Again, the final score, the Loyola Ramblers Gold Team 5 and the Glenbrook North Spartans 1. This is Mark Braun. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. See you next week with our game from the Loyola Thanksgiving Invitational. And as always, we say